Hey guys, Matt Marzillo here. In this video, we're going to be going over a tool called a data table in Microsoft Excel. And it's another type of what-if analysis that Microsoft Excel offers. And it allows us to essentially do a goal-seek analysis across different types of formulas with different numbers of input variables, right? So what we're looking at right here, and you'll probably notice when if I scroll up here, that this looks very similar to the break-even analysis that we performed earlier this week. It is the same thing. We're looking at how the number of units sold impacts things like total sales, gross profit, income, so on and so forth. And in order to see what our income and sales look like, we could easily type in 200 here, and it'll spit out an answer for us. But let's say we want to have a list. We want to understand what sales is going to look like, what gross profit's going to look like, what's our contribution margin, and what's our income for different numbers, for different amounts of units sold. We just want that all in one clean table. Well, a data table is the perfect way to do that. And the key in performing the data table is setting it up the right way. So let's go through that step by step and how we're going to set it up. So what we do here is we have 4 different headers. We have sales, gross profit, contribution margin, and income. And below each of those headers, we have a formula, right? So sales is pointing to the cell G2. G2 has the sales calculation of just being, C2 times C3, which is units sold times selling price per unit, right? We understand that. We know that. We have the gross profit calculation in G4. G4 is essentially taking the difference between total sales and the cost of goods sold. And then we have our formulas for contribution margin and income. So these are called the anchor formulas, right? So we're setting these up as anchors, and what the data table is going to calculate for us in each of these cells, it's going to say, okay, what are sales if units sold is 200, right? And in this cell, it's going to tell us what's the contribution margin if the units sold are 500. No more example. What's the gross profit if units sold are sitting at 700? Okay, so we have it set up where we have units sold here all the way to the left, our column headers all on top, and then the anchor formula sitting right below the column headers. So what we're going to do then is we're going to highlight, making sure you're grabbing the formulas as your top of the section, grabbing all the units sold, have it all highlighted, and then go back to the data tab. In the data tools section, click what if analysis, data table, and then we put in this is just a one variable problem, so we're going to leave rows blank, but in our columns we put units sold, right? So let's go ahead and highlight the units sold cell, click OK, and there you go, really quick. Microsoft Excel calculates what our sales look like for 200, what our sales look like for 300, so on and so forth. If you remember from our previous video, we were able to calculate the break-even number, and I believe it fell somewhere right around like 340, right? So you would expect that when we go over to the income column, you see it go from negative to positive, and it does, right? So you can see when we sell 300 shirts, we're negative 595, but at 400, we're back in the black, as they say. We're at $905 of profit. So the data table is a very simple way, very easy way to do a what-if analysis across different degrees of variables, right? So we have different values here for units sold with different formulas. So very simple. In the next video, we're going to do a quick example where we're examining how we can do a data table with 2 different variables. So that'll be next time. Thanks a lot.